B1 to B2. Come on, B1 to B2. Hello? There's no way I've got 0 volts on B1 to B2. So yeah, guys, this is where this kind of situation can get dangerous. Hey guys, a little bit of a midweek short here, bringing to you the importance of making sure that you are checking all of your cell voltages, and if you have any anomalies, that you stop doing whatever you're doing and verify your data. So I was working on this pack 3 days ago. I was struggling to make sense of how this pack was constructed. When I was going from cell bank to cell bank, I was seeing approximately 7 volts across every cell bank. The problem though is that my total voltage didn't equal 7 volts times 7 of these cell banks, assuming that they were doubled up and it's a 14S pack. Something there didn't make sense. I proceeded to start to charge the pack as a whole using the manual positive and negative terminals here, bypassing the BMS. The one thing you shouldn't ever do to try and bring this pack up to a voltage that the BMS would recognize, under the assumption they were just simply a little too low and we're not going to allow that BMS to turn on. I got up to 48 volts and the BMS was still refusing to turn on. It was still giving a fault every single time I would try and put DC voltage into it, even if I was resetting it using the switch here. Now, from the outside of the unit as it was completely encased in its shell, I had access to the battery positive and negative, and I had access to B7 and B8, so assumedly one cell. So while I was charging up from here, I was monitoring the voltage on this one cell to again try and make sense of what was going on, how the charge was coming, and making sure that I wasn't overcharging any of the packs. It came down to a point where I checked the B7 to B8 cell, and I came up with 4 volts. Across the battery positive and negative, I had 48 volts. Now, if you have 14 cells at 4 volts apiece, that means that you should have approximately 56 volts running through this pack. I did not. That immediately told me that there was something going on here that I did not understand, and I needed to back away and reevaluate the situation. Went ahead and stored it away in our fire-resistant container, so I was finally able to get in and check every single bank of cells. Cell bank 1 had 4 volts. Cell bank 2 showed 0 volts. That doesn't make any sense. I couldn't have just one cell dead, because then instead of seeing 56 volts, we would see 52, and we were very clearly seeing 48. When I was testing from battery negative to B7 and battery positive to B7, I was getting the exact same voltage. So that told me that if I had a dead set of cells on this side, I also have a dead set of cells on this side. Guys, this is why it's important to verify your data. Had I continued to charge this pack, and had I gone to the full 56 or even 58 volts that a pack like this can be expected to handle, I would have been overcharging the 12 remaining packs or 12 remaining cells in this pack by such a significant amount, it definitely would have caught fire. This isn't a small pack, guys. This is close to 200 individual cells. The fire this would have caused would have burnt down my warehouse very easily. Do not try this at home. I cannot stress that enough. That's going to be it for this one. I'll see you on the next one. Don't try this at home.